The Hash It Out Show is brought to you by Barreto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, The Green Law Firm, personal injury attorney, Kaylin Parker of Magnolia Wealth Strategies, Moe's Pizza, Lance's AC and Heating, CC's Children Blocks, The Pierre Family in Lafayette, Louisiana, Drums Earwear.
Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB, the sports guy. We got a good show for y'all tonight. So, we're going to talk about something John Summerall said about he doesn't know why they don't play LSU. Talk about that for a little bit. Then we have the head coach of the Nicholls State Colonels joining us, the one and only Tommy Rybacki. And then we're going to talk about who's going to win two districts on the North Shore. I got VK Jones. I got George Peppers. What's up, VK?
What's going on? People like, tag, share, and subscribe to the Hash It Out Show on all social media platforms and continue to support us. The website is below you. They'll have it right there for the Hash It Out Show, all our content. We're on all social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and also Twitter. So we definitely appreciate the support. Hash It Out Show Game of the Week coming up soon. And we are in the precipice of week 0 as we getting ready for Nicholls State Incarnate Word in Thibodeau this Saturday.
What's up, GP? What's going on?
What's up, JB? I'm getting myself ready for week 1 when I got to deflate somebody here because he's putting all his eggs in week 1. I'm gonna have to deflate him.
Boy,
I'm coming to get that.
What? You got something against VK, man? You've been busting
No,
jokes
man.
with VK for days,
No,
man.
not at all. But he's been throwing eggs in the basket, so I said I'm gonna have to throw it back. No, but week 0 to the creators of week 0, get a life. Are you serious? Why are we calling it week? No, whoa, nothing. This is
The
ignorance.
one thing we're not going to do, we're not going to disrespect week 0,
I
especially
am.
week 0
I
coming
absolutely
down in
am.
this state. We're
I
not
am.
disrespecting week 0.
I
We're
am.
not doing
I
that.
am. I
We're
am.
not
No.
doing
I'm
that.
sorry.
We
I
got
think
football week 0, George. Come
it's
on,
football.
man.
Come on,
It
bro.
is.
You got to stop that, bro.
But
No.
You sound like Bobby
okay,
Abel.
hold up.
You sound like
For
Bobby
I don't like to
Abel.
be interrupted. Huh?
Go ahead.
You know,
Yep. What you
what's
got
up, Coach Sam? Thank you, man. Thank you.
But Nicholls Incarnate Word, what time is that game Saturday?
Noon.
12 noon.
12. Damn. Golly, I wish it was a night game. Might have went. If you VK, you going?
That's the plan.
I hear you. But I was saying no because they got the game in early in the morning in Dublin. That should be a pretty good one. Kansas State, Iowa State. That two teams that figure to be in the mix in the Big 12. Well, the Big 12 plus how many are in there now? Goodness gracious, these super conferences are absolutely annoying. That should be a good game. But other than that, locally, Nicholls Incarnate, Nicholls with a new coach that we'll be talking to here in a short bit. Incarnate, always a tough rival for them. They've had their number as of late. They so Nicholls looking to reverse the trend here. They get them at home. You and I went a few years ago when they played Incarnate, and I think Lindsey Scott was still the quarterback there or here.
You were still a
There
quarterback in Nicholls at the time.
at Nicholls, and that was a track meet that day in the cold.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
It was.
track meet that day. I remember that game. I dressed short sleeve, Jared, and I was like, "Oh, it's not gonna be that bad." Okay, whatever front
He
came
was
through
cold,
dropped that to about
boy.
50 degrees.
He was
I thought
cold.
I was good. I was like, "Man, it turned bone." And VK was like, "You wearing short sleeves?" I'm like, "That ain't gonna be that bad." Yeah, okay. We get in the stands. Whatever cold front line came through, knocked that thing down to polar ice age
I'm
temperatures.
sure. I'm sure it did. All
Hmm.
right, let's get into it. So, Coach Summerall was asked why they haven't been playing LSU, and he said, "I don't know. I would love to go there and play them. I'd love to play them in the Superdome. I would love for it to happen. It's they play everybody else in the state, but they ain't playing us, and they haven't played Tulane since 2009.
Yep.
2009. This is 16 years. So I can sit here and tell you why the games between the two hasn't happened recently. And I have evidence from years ago to prove that. When another state team in the state is doing really, really well, LSU not going to play them. They're not. They don't want to risk the chance of losing.
Image is everything.
Now, do I think they'll lose? Probably not. But they don't want to risk that chance. I'm going to go back to 2009 right quick. They had Louisiana Tech, and they beat Tech by 8 points. And that's a Tech team that finished 4-8. And then that Tech team got good. And that Tech team was making phone calls to LSU. LSU said no, not happening. Now, Willie Fritz and his teams, they've been spectacular. LSU not going to play them boys. And now John Summerall and his team, they're pretty good. LSU's not going to play them at all. They're not. I'm telling you, Tulane was a middle of the line, borderline bad team, easy. Pay them $1 million, $1 million, $1,200,000, whatever. Pay them. But with Tulane being this good, they're not gonna play them. So John Summerall can keep trying. He can try, but they gotta have some losing seasons before that happens, VK. And I'm telling y'all might look at me like I'm crazy. I'm talking some nonsense. I've seen it happen with La Tech personally, and here we are again. When Hudspeth had UL winning, did LSU play them?
Nope.
No. Go ahead, VK.
Pretty much the same thing with Brian Napier when he was at UL
Billy,
as
Billy.
well. Billy Napier is he when he was at UL as well. No calls from there. You know, and I agree with Jared. Jared, I don't think you're talking crazy. I think you're absolutely right. And it goes for other teams too across the nation. If they see a team that they usually play and they see how good they are, they're gonna do one or two things. They're not gonna play them, or they're gonna find a way out the contract because they know that doom might be coming, possibly because of the fact that these people give us game, man. What they got coming back? Oh man, because sometimes if they're stuck on the contract and they have to play them, well, we know that's going to be a hell of a ball game. But if they find ways out of the contract, and not just that, sometimes they'll get calls. They'll be like, "Nah, we good. Nah, we good," and that's kind of, it's kind of soft a little bit. Dude. It's really kind of soft because, why you want to give easy
What's up, Dr. Joseph?
easy games more than anything else? I don't understand that at all. Period. That's why I give the biggest respect in the world to the Kings of Week 0, and that's North Dakota State. Those people are 6-1 against FBS opponents. So they're the ultimate when it comes down to it's a money game.
What's up, Hyde?
You think it's a money game. Them people coming to win. When they win, that and the money. So trust me, you just gotta love it when certain teams, not just come out of nowhere, teams in FCS that's so consistent and good that they have no fear and they're coming in there to win or really shake you up so bad that it'll be a huge wake up call. Even if they lose, they'll be like, oh God, I don't know if we want to play them again or not. It's a like I said it, but it's a constant thing around the nation besides LSU. But Tulane LSU do need to play one of these years, but it ain't. But like Jared said, it ain't gonna happen because they're fearful that they might be in a little bit of trouble or possibly they might lose. So just saying.
I want it to happen. I mean, make it happen. I
Hmm.
mean, I would think LSU would have the upper hand.
Of course, LSU
I
had the
mean, they
upper hand.
would, man. So I don't understand why it's not happening. It should happen. I mean, I understand it, but it's just I've seen it happen with Louisiana Lafayette, Tech, and now Tulane. I've seen this happen where they're not going to schedule them when they are a winning team and going to bowls consistently. Peppers.
Where do we start? Because it sounds to me like y'all two think that LSU's got a little yellow streak down their back when it comes to scheduling Tulane. That's what that
I'm
sounds
not
like.
saying they got a yellow streak, but I've seen this
Yeah.
happen where they won't play them.
Okay.
That's all I'm
Now
saying.
let's traverse. They open the season next week at Clemson, right?
Hmm.
Tough game. Very tough game. Don't think they win it. I mean, we'll talk about that game next week, in previews and all that stuff. Don't know if they win that game, but you know when they should play Tulane? The perfect solution. What weekend in November is it where they're playing the softies? The weekend where the whole ACC gets the week off and they play a bunch of cupcakes. That weekend. That's when you should play Tulane. You want to show some steel? Do that. Play that weekend. And who do you have to close the season? It's at A&M. I think who do they close usually with now? A&M, right?
A&M usually.
And it used to be Arkansas. It used to be Arkansas for a spell. Now I think they close with A&M. So not the greatest opponent, A&M, but Tulane. Oh, by the way, John Summerall's got a point. He's talking loud because his team has a very, very legit chance to be that Group of Five team in the playoff this year. They got a big chance to get there. They're picked to win the American, and if they pick off the game against Northwestern, which I think is their opener, that's a Big Ten team. That isn't very good. They win that and win the conference. They absolutely have a shot to get to the Group of Five. They can't,
What
and
if
there's no argument. There
what
really
if
isn't.
what if
They,
Tulane defeats Northwestern, Duke, and Ole Miss?
Duke with your boy with the quarterback from Tulane last year.
Yeah,
That would be
coming
the
come to
cat.
back to New
town. He
Orleans.
comes to
And
town.
Mm.
and then we beat the brakes off of Duke, and then Tulane gets Ole Miss. Oh, minus Jackson Dart. So it's a team in transition. No discrediting, but I see why Summerall's barking, and I get it.
Logan
I totally
Diggs.
get it. Because I remember growing up, LSU Tulane was the thing every year. It didn't matter that Tulane stunk, but they played that game every year.
Mm-hmm.
And Tulane did pick off a few of those games. Would they win this one? That'd be a healthy debate to have. You know, that they might. They might. LSU would be favored. Absolutely favored. Garrett
Favorite
Nussmeier is a better.
big. Favorite
Uh,
big.
I
Favorite
don't know if they beat them.
big.
I don't know. That old line is in transition. I think Tulane could do something with them. Um, you know, and your boy from BYU, the transfer, is he going to start the quarterback this year?
It looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be. You know why? Because someone couldn't find a starter amongst the group that he's got. That's why your guy from BYU came. That's what it looks like to me.
Well, I mean, hey
But the
man,
argument
it
is
is what
why
it
aren't
is.
what? But the argument is why isn't Tulane and LSU playing? I missed that game, and I don't have a side. Listen, I don't have a dog in this fight. I really don't. But for the state, for the state, this game needs to happen. Yo, LSU, Herb Vincent, and all the people up there, make this game happen, man. Make this game happen. It's not becoming of your program to duck Tulane because that's what the perception is going to be. Tulane's getting good, and now you're not going to play them because they're good. And Jared, you mentioned about Louisiana Tech back in '09. Those were some exciting teams back in that era. Very exciting offensively, open, could throw it down the field in a pitch. And LSU didn't want no part of that game. Now LSU, you want to debunk? You want to debunk that reputation? Put Tulane on that schedule and stop playing Murray State or somebody. I'm not disrespecting them, but stop playing those teams you can give a paycheck to and beat them by 60. Play Tulane. Let the fans get in. Reinvest in this rivalry. That's what needs to happen, y'all. This rivalry needs to
What's
be
up, Ian?
reborn. reborn. They need to reinvest in it because now both teams are prominently good. LSU figures to be good this year, 9, 10 wins, something like that, maybe a shot at the playoff. Tulane, again, I mentioned I can't extol what I think. I really think that they have a shot at the group of five. They can win the American, especially if they win those three games we mentioned, Northwestern, Ole Miss, Duke. Win those three games against Power 5 schools and you win your conference. Yes, sir, you're a 12 seed, and it don't matter who you play. It really doesn't give a flip. They need to reinvest and get this game back on point because it would be fun stuff. Play the game at Yeoman. I mean, but LSU is not going to want it there.
Never.
It's not going to
No,
It had to
happen
be
there.
Superdome. It had to be
So we'll play
Superdome.
it in a dome. But see, I say Yeoman because Tulane fans actually would equal up on LSU fans in Yeoman. But in a dome, LSU would outnumber them badly.
but
Badly.
it ain't just that. It's the fact that money, money wise, you put that at the dome. You make
Oh, I
more
know.
money with that.
Maximize your
So,
attendance. Exactly. You cap
exactly.
your attendance. Yeah,
That's
you
the only.
maximize your attendance figures because the
That's
dome
it.
takes what 75,000 people.
That's it. That's it.
You
So,
know,
and I think Tulane, yeah, Tulane has a very good shot. The biggest thing is they got to go undefeated early. And the thing about the American Conference, they need
handle
to
it.
get another team. They need to get another team that's going to be
That's
pretty
relevant.
straight because, huh?
That's a relevant team like Memphis. I mean, Memphis figures
Yeah,
to be
they need
Memphis,
somebody
Army.
pretty straight because I ain't gonna lie,
mm,
a couple teams are left, and the way the Sun Belt has been playing these last couple years, man, they
they've been on
trying to
the
get a
come.
spot.
Yes, sir.
They're trying to get a spot, so they're starting to be a better conference than American, to be honest.
So PC.
So I'm telling you,
They
I
are.
hope another team from the American
But
I ain't
can
saying that yet.
emerge and it
I
will
ain't
help.
saying it. I
Army,
ain't saying any
Army's
better
still
yet.
good.
I ain't saying any better than American yet. But
I'm
they're
Southland is
close.
up there.
They're
It's
I'm
up
closing the
there
I'm
now.
gap fast
It's
there.
I'm,
past Conference
I'm
USA's. It's past Mountain West.
right
They
now.
have.
Right now for this season, with some of the teams going, the Sun Belt is better than the American. I'm
No.
being honest.
No.
You have to think.
It's
No.
close.
Last year they went 9-3 in bowls. This is a good
We
conference.
talking about conference to conference head up. I'm not worried about no bowls. Bowls, because the
No,
SEC
but I'm
didn't have
saying, but
the
that's
SEC
but
didn't had losing records in bowls. We talking which conference is better. And right now, Southland number 2 behind the American.
Sun
Mm.
Belt.
And
Sun Belt number
but
2.
we
Okay,
but where we
but I'm
forget,
like this.
Derek.
Southern
Southland,
number
Sunbelt.
2.
Yes, I meant
Sun
Sunbelt.
Belt.
Yes, Sunbelt.
Yeah, Sun Belt, not Southland.
Yeah, my
But
fault.
we
My fault.
forget both service academies were good last year. Army was good, so was Navy.
Army won it. Army won the
Won it.
American. They beat
They
Tulane in the
did.
championship.
Yes, they did. So if we're picking Tulane to win this thing, and they can, because Metzlaff, I think, is going to make the difference offensively for them at quarterback, and with what they've got coming back, they're going to be a straight football team. They're going to be fine. Army is still going to be really, really good. The quarterback they got there, um, they do have to replace. I forgot that running back's name. The dude that absolutely crushed. I forgot that kid's name.
Yeah, he's at Oregon now.
Yeah, no, not Mackay Hughes. I'm not talking about Tulane. I'm talking about Army.
Oh,
The running back from Army. God dang it, I can't. I'll find it. But look, that conference. I think Rike's right. I don't think they've passed them. I think they've closed the gap significantly. I'm not going to say they've passed them yet, but yeah, the Americans going to have to up their conference thing and whatnot.
If they
I'm
can
looking
do
at
it,
Austin's.
look, if Tulane beats those main 3 in non-conference,
they're right
I guess
there.
the playoff.
they got to run the table the rest of the way.
I agree.
Yeah, don't fool.
What you're saying is exactly right, Jared. That's exactly right.
Yep,
They have
100%.
to go undefeated, but at the same time, run it. Run the
You got to
table.
run it.
It would help if Army and them have a good year again. If they do, guess what? Sunbelt will be right there, but American probably be still right at the fold, and it'll be Tulane. It'll be, you know, there's the they control their own destiny basically.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Man. So LSU this year, you know who they playing? They playing an in-state school.
Clemson,
You know who that team is?
Southern, I think.
No, it's not Southern.
Oh,
It's
it's not
Louisiana.
Lefty.
It's Louisiana Tech. It's Louisiana
But
Tech.
Tech's on the downslide though. They have not fired
Well,
back in a few
I'll say
years.
this. I'll say this: they finished 5-7 last year.
They did.
Kind of got things going a little bit, and
Hmm.
then got invited to a bowl game, the Independence Bowl,
And they got
I still
smoked
say they only invited them there because they figured it'd be
of
money.
one of the location.
Yes, exactly. So we'll see this
But
year what happens. But LSU's playing a team that's, like I say, that's not a winning record. They're not winning, and LSU's playing that
significantly
team.
better.
Yeah. So I I take should be better this year. They're not going to beat LSU, but they should be better.
They might find a bowl game. They might win 7 and get to a one of those
They might.
Gasparilla Bowls or something like that. One of the smaller games.
Yep. What's up, Vincent James? What's going on, partner? How you doing, man?
That's him.
Vincent
I
James
knew
in
it.
the house.
Thank you, Austin.
Yep. TC.
Uh oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Preston is back. Yes, he
St.
is.
James, right? From St.
No,
James. Of course, TC would put
St.
that.
James. Yes, yeah, of
Yep.
course. And TC should. Yes. Man, hey, Jordan, we ready too, man. Trust me, we are ready. And we're gonna go right into our next segment. Right into our next segment. So this guy was on staff with the Nicholls State Colonels for 10 years, and he was the defensive coordinator. Now, starting with this season, he is the head coach of the Nicholls State Colonels as they prepare for Incarnate Word this Saturday, and the game will be on ESPN2, I believe, right, VK?
Yes, sir.
ESPN2 at noon. We have the one and only coach, Tommy Rybacki. Hello, coach. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you all?
We are doing
Good,
great,
Fine.
good. How
coach.
you doing?
Thank you
Yeah.
for joining us, coach.
Yeah,
Um,
no problem.
Definitely. Let's get right into it, coach. You was on Coach Rebo's staff. Do you feel as if you were his biggest beneficiary by learning from him? And if so, why?
Oh, absolutely. I definitely benefited. I think that's what coaching is about. It's about taking a genuine interest in the development and growth of other people. And Coach Rebo is that to a T. I mean, there's anybody who's ever worked with him or played for him would know to say that about him. Man, he does genuinely care about your development and your growth. And so I absolutely benefited from all of the years that I spent with him, whether it was at UL and also here and growing and preparing myself for this opportunity right here.
As we all know, you guys hit the field this Saturday. What kind of football team will we see on the football field?
Man, you're going to see a team that's prepared to play. We got a brand of football that we work hard on every single day, and it starts with effort and execution. And then, some of the fundamentals, man, blocking, getting off blocks, tackling, making people miss tackles, all of the things that go into winning football. That's what's important for us. And we work that brand every single day. So that's what you're going to see on Saturdays out here in Guidry Stadium.
VK.
Coach Rybacki, man, I tell you, you are a true vet here in Thibodaux, Louisiana. How it's, I know now more than anything else that you definitely are very, very comfortable now since you're from out of Alabama, out of Huntsville, Alabama, and everything else, and family and everything else. Over 10 years, it just made you think, hey, Nicholls is home, right?
That's right. I had a feeling when I went to UL in Lafayette back in 2011. I had a feeling, man, I'm going to meet a girl down here. I'm going to get married. I'm probably never going to leave, and that's exactly what happened. But Thibodaux has been great. 10 years here, so many great people, so many great relationships, and then the university itself, man. Everybody who works here, they're all about the right things and they're all about the students, and it's fun to come to work every day and be around all of these people at the school and also in this community.
Let's talk about the defensive side of the ball a little bit. You've been a defensive coordinator for a long time for the Nicholls Colonels. What we expect from the Colonels defense coming up on Saturday?
Man, play to the brand. Play that brand of football that I talked about earlier. We have great leadership on the defensive side of the ball. Coach Darian Monroe is our defensive coordinator, who's really one of the brightest young football coaches in the entire country and has such great leadership on that side of the ball. And the guys are excited to play for him. We've got a great plan on that side of the ball, and the guys are getting prepared to execute it. And so I'm excited to see them play.
What we're expecting more on the offensive side of the ball this season. I see that Gabe Fertitta has returned to the state of Louisiana. A lot of college experience with him, besides high school and everything else. But what he's bringing to the table for your staff, and also what the offense is going to look like.
Again, super excited about what we have going on that side of the ball. Also, Gabe Fertitta is such an excellent leader on that side of the ball. Very organized, has a plan, has the guys working really hard to the details so that they can play fast and they can play comfortably. You're going to see an exciting brand of football. You're going to see, offensively, you always want to utilize the skills of your playmakers, and we got a good plan in place to do that.
And actually, this last question, and I'll pass it to George Peppers. You know, I'll tell you on Saturday it's going to be a huge atmosphere. You've been in Nicholls long enough. ESPN2 coming down for this ball game, and I'm excited myself as a 2023 alumni
Yeah.
of the Colonels. What you can say about this atmosphere and what we expect this Saturday over in Thibodeau?
It's going to be electric. I know it will be that way at noon when we kick off, and I know guys, everybody will be there really early in the day getting prepared for that noon kickoff. So I'm excited. It really is fitting that we're opening the season in South Louisiana in Thibodaux, first game in college football in America. There's no better way to get it started.
Are we expecting kind of the same kind of things like the chalk talk stuff and everything before the game, besides the tailgate and stuff and everything else?
Absolutely. So, a new thing that we're doing this year, we're going to have a Colonel walk, and we'll walk the team through the tailgate at 9:50 for this first game. It'll always be 2 hours and 10 minutes before the game time. And then we'll do our chalk talk, our huddle up chalk talk at 10:50. So 1 hour after that. So easy to remember, 9:50, 10:50, get out there early, come see the guys. We practiced last week, man. They're out there high five in the air, getting ready for this Saturday. So we're excited to see everybody out early.
That's absolutely awesome. I'm gonna try and make it there on Saturday myself. George Peppers, you're up.
I hear you, Coach Rybacki. First off, congratulations on being the head coach of Nichols, and I wish you the best of luck on behalf of the Hash It Out Show. Before I start asking, I just want to get that out the way. Best of luck to you and your staff for
Thank you,
Nichols in
sir.
this year and going forward. Uh, Incarnate Word, opening game, conference game. This has a chance to make an early statement in the Southland Conference. Um, what was the thought process of putting this game as the opener this year?
Great opportunity for us to open up the season with a tough conference opponent and to do it at home. The game came together to help fit everybody's schedule. There were some things later in the schedule that needed to be moved around within the conference, and so they jumped at the opportunity to move this game to week 0 and also to get it on to the linear platform so that everybody could see it nationwide on ESPN2. So those things went into play. Credit to Jonathan Terrell, our athletic director, for taking the steps necessary to make this happen. And man, it really is a great opportunity for us.
To- Totally agree. I mean, it's a chance to make an early statement, get a big win against a team that's had your number a little bit the last few years, but a chance to really flip the script here. Talk about the advent of the Southland Conference, the progression of this conference. This, over the last few years, teams have really starting to get good. You guys have had a couple of good years. Southeastern has made some strides. Uh, Incarnate Word itself has made some strides, and all that. Talk about the strength of this conference as it's gotten better over the last few years.
And this is a quality league that can compete with any league in the country. I think everybody who's familiar with the Southland would say that. Having been in the league for 10 years, we've seen a bunch of great players come through. Back to Bailey Zappi, Cole Kelly, with obviously Cam Ward gets a lot of publicity now, but even those Sam Houston teams back in the early or the mid 2010s, those are some great teams that made some really strong playoff pushes. And I think the league is as strong now as it ever has been. And what we're looking for is some good non-conference wins this year from all of our teams to help get us a little bit more national coverage and national spotlight for everybody else to realize that, man, they can play some ball in the Southland because everybody who's familiar with it knows that. And I really do think through all these conference changes, we've been the model of stability in FCS football. We hadn't lost a bunch of teams. Matter of fact, the teams that did leave, they came back. So that tells you about what we have going on in this conference and the leadership with Commissioner and all of those things that are so good and so positive for our future.
And you talk about the season. Last question, talking about this upcoming season, what's going to be a very key component for you guys to have Nichols get some success and potentially compete for potentially a playoff spot? What's going to happen for you guys to maybe have a chance at that?
Man, it's about consistency every day. It's about coming to work every day and working with the right intensity and focus necessary to get done what needs to get done each and every day. Take advantage of opportunities. That's what life is about. It's about each day being an opportunity, going to work each day, making the most out of it, and taking advantage of those things so that you can earn that success and have those lifetime memories that you look back on and are very proud about later on. So that's our challenge for our team. Come to work every day and do it the right way.
Coach, one more question, and I'll get you out of here. Um, just to say a couple names: David Kinsey, Shane Lee, Preston Welch, Jonathan Dartez. Talk about how important it is to keep the Louisiana kids right here in Louisiana at Nicholls State.
There is absolutely a formula for success at Nicholls, and it's keeping those Louisiana players right here. We have made a living on players from this area, from the river, from Baton Rouge through New Orleans into Lafayette, all of those areas that those players you talked about are from. We absolutely have to do that. It's a priority. There's a reason why everybody in the country comes to this state to recruit, and it's because football means so much here. These guys, they got it in their blood, they have it in their heart. You see it when they play. It's different down here. And, we need that kind of team to be successful here at Nicholls. And so we got to have those kind of players, and so it's absolutely a priority. Continue to do that and continue to grow that brand of football. We started that a while back and people have jumped on board with recruiting these Louisiana guys at these state schools, and it's been good for everyone.
Most definitely. Coach Rybacki, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to join us, and good luck to you this Saturday against Incarnate Word.
Thank you all. I appreciate your time and thank you for your coverage and all that you do for us here at Nicholls.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Coach.
Thank you.
All right.
Our pleasure.
Coach Tommy Rybacki, he gets ready for his first game as a head coach against Incarnate Word. And you look at that Nicholls roster, man. There's so many people from Louisiana. I know Coach Rebo made it a must to keep those kids there, and he's following suit, doing the same thing, keeping these kids at and in Louisiana come to Nicholls, and Southeastern's trying to do the same thing as well to keep the kids here, which is very, very important, very, very important, and I commend them on that. Um, they got a big game Saturday, big game, and it is on national TV. I When was the last time Nicholls was on national TV? Was it a playoff game that they had? Maybe I don't remember, but this is the big stage, national TV, ESPN at noon. It is going down. VK Jones.
Oh yeah, it's really going down on Saturday. I'll tell you one thing. I'm looking forward to make it on Saturday. It's the atmosphere in Thibodeau. It's something else, man. And I think the national audience is going to see it for themselves for possibly the first time. The only time you might have seen Nicholls on ESPN2 was probably the FCS playoffs most of the time, or sometimes in certain games, but maybe on the road. But this is huge that they're going to be on TV at home. And I think people are going to look at, hey, there's another atmosphere outside of LSU you need to take a look at more than anything else. And also the alumni is pretty deep too over at Nicholls. So I tell you, the atmosphere is going to be crazy on Saturday. The tailgate's going to be off the chain. Looking forward to it. Some people wish the game would be at 3 o'clock, at 7, but it's okay. 12 noon is not bad. Just come there early in the morning for tailgate, get your eat on, get your little drink on, and get ready for 12 p.m. when these two teams go at it. But what a way to start the season against a conference rival. So it's going to be, the atmosphere is going to be crazy Saturday.
George Peppers.
A lot of kickback for Nicholls in this game because Incarnate has, again, I mentioned they've had their number. This is a very, very, very big chance for Coach Rybacki and that team to get a very big win, and I think it's going to jumpstart their season. You know, knock off Incarnate, who's one of the favorites to win the Southland. I mean, Southeastern, I think, was picked top of the league in the preseason. So that's Frank Selfo and that staff, and they're going to be good. But this is a very big opportunity for Nicholls at home. And we talk about the last time they were on TV, either a pay to play game on the deep ESPNs or FCS playoff game against like a North Dakota. I don't know if they played North Dakota State or somebody, but you know what? I've been there. I've seen the atmosphere at Thibodeau. VK, you and I were there, like we said a few years ago. That atmosphere is absolutely lit. And for those of you that haven't been there, get your tail down there. Yeah, it's an early drive, if especially you're not from Thibodeau. If you got to get down and take that drive down the highway, get down there and experience what we've seen. This is a fun atmosphere. And you mentioned get your eat on. Boy, they do cook good down there. That they do. The other part we'll leave alone. But this game is so big for Nicholls, and if they win it, I think Jared, this could be a very big kickstart for them going into the rest of 2025. I really believe that if they pull this off, this could be one of those teams that makes a huge jump and finds their way in the discussion in the Southland and potentially to the national playoffs, which features 24 teams.
I agree. I agree. If they get this win, it's a statement win. And
Hmm.
trust me, those other teams in Division One FCS, they're gonna see it and they're gonna be like, okay, that Nichols team is for real.
They got something.
This is a big game for them. It's a big game.
Hmm.
You mentioned it. That Incarnate Word has had that number for the past couple seasons, and this is the best matchup they can have to make a statement, have a
Absolutely.
statement win right now against a team that's had your number for the past couple of years. You get this win and start off 1-0 in conference. There's no telling where this may take you. You
And
know,
then
they've had what 4 conference championships that they've won under Coach Rebo. All right, they've been to the playoffs. But this here to me, is the biggest game in Nicholls State history. Why? Like I said, they're on national TV. ESPN is coming here to Thibodeau for their game against Incarnate Word. I mean, they've been in North Dakota State and North Dakota. They've been there. They are coming to Nicholls. This is huge. This is big. Not just for Nicholls, but this is big for the state. And if there are any players that Nicholls are recruiting, they're gonna be watching. Let me see what Nicholls can do. And if Nicholls win, you got recruits like, okay, I might want to go there.
I see you.
exactly. And we talked to a couple of coaches around the river parishes, and they're looking forward to this ball game too. They got players are coming to that game, not just from the river parish, but even from New Orleans. They want to see this thing. This could be big for Coach Rybacki and this program if they get this win on Saturday more than anything else. This is big because of the fact this will be momentum for conference, and it's going to help them going forward, especially in FCS playoffs. So that'll be really good for them. I know they got a tough schedule. They got a lot of more FBSs for them this year than FCS. The only other FCS team outside of conference they're playing, and I believe is West Georgia. I believe yes, West Georgia. That is the only other FCS team that they are playing against because they're on the road at Troy, on the road at Kentucky State in Eastern Kentucky. I don't know if Eastern Kentucky. I think they're FBS,
They
I
still are. I
believe,
think
or
I
FCS.
think they're OVC. They're in the Ohio
Okay,
Valley
okay.
Conference still.
Then on the panel list. So they're still FCS. So that's two.
Hmm.
There's 3 big FCS games, like two big FCS games they have outside of conference that if they don't get the win against Troy or against South Alabama, still they need to get those other 2 wins to help them going forward, especially in playoff positioning. So that win like this will set the tone big, and Thibodeau will be on fire if
No
they win
one
Saturday.
is talking about LSU and Tulane this week. No one. They're
at all,
talking about Nicholls State.
right?
Like next week, it's gonna be LSU talk. LSU talk. Oh, there's some Tulane talk in there, but LSU talk because they're gonna play Clemson. This week they are talking about Nicholls. I've never heard about Nicholls being talked about so much.
To this
So
degree.
much.
To this degree,
Yes,
and then you think
it's
about
big.
this. There's a reason why week 0 exists because there have been some big matchups in the FCS the last 8 years. There's always some big matchups. And one of the biggest games I've seen one year was between Jacksonville State and North Carolina A&T. And North Carolina A&T pulled off the win at Jacksonville State. So trust me, there is a reason why they have week 0. It's a huge showcase because now FBS is getting in there, which is cool. But this is a showcase for the football championship series, football championship side, whatever they call the S is FCS, whatever it is. Basically, NCAA division, NCAA 1AA. That's what it basically is. This is their
Hmm.
showcase.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. I
That's what it
still call
was.
it
They
that.
changed it to Division One now, FCS. All right,
FCS.
all right. You want to have a rebuttal on his week 0 because since you said week 0 is
I just
ridiculous.
think the terminology, that's my thing. It's the terminology. That's
Okay,
what
what
I'm
if they had
harping
another
on.
name for that wasn't week 0? You be good with that?
I would not have I wouldn't have an issue. I think the week 0, it's almost like, I don't want to say degrading, but I feel like if you change the wording a little
It's
bit,
the appetizer, man.
I get it. I get it.
You know
I
what you
get
sound
it.
like?
And
You sound like one of the people talking about Black Friday. Why they call it Black Friday?
man, no, stop it. No, I'm not
Like
going
Bobby
there.
Abraham. I mean, he was like, I don't
That's
understand why
hey,
it's
that's
called
on
week
his body,
0.
not mine. No,
Like we
that's
got
not me.
football. I don't care.
It's football. You're right. And like scrimmage, people talking about the scrimmages this week. It's like, oh, like, it's football. It is football. We got Ogden Desterhan. Is it tomorrow or Thursday? They scrimmage
Manana.
manana tomorrow. See,
Yeah.
um, and and whatnot. And there's other scrimmages scattered around the area this week and into next. And then it's Jamboree week. Actually, no, Jamborees are next week.
Next week.
I'm sorry. Yeah, they're next week.
Yep.
Stupid me. Okay, come
Of
on.
course. Of course.
And there's some high profile jamborees, and um, it's going to be fun. And we're here. This is football season, boys. And last Sunday or Saturday was last Saturday and Sunday was the first Saturday until February. They will have football until then. So we're in for the long haul. And for those of you, the honeydews, if y'all haven't done your honeydew list over the summer, I don't know what to tell you. Might wait till after the Super Bowl, right? But we're in it for the long haul, especially us, because we've got multiple games per week on the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week, and we're coming to you. We are coming to your town. I don't want to say city because I don't want copyright infringement. I don't want that. But we're coming to your place at some point this year, and we are so looking forward to doing the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week games of the week this year because I have to pluralize. We're doing more than one per. Um, the week that Carr and American, I don't know if y'all saw this, that Carr and American
I saw
Heritage.
it. I saw it 3 weeks ago. I was told not to say anything. I could
No,
have
I'm
had the
saying
breaking news. They're like, JB, don't say nothing.
chill.
Don't
And
say
guess
nothing.
who?
And I'm like, it's breaking news. I can hear it. I can say it to me.
Y'all
Yep.
are ready to confirm, but no, what I'm asking is that the 12th, I don't have the schedule. That's a Friday, right?
Man, we are in Edgard, Louisiana for West
Oh,
St. John
West
and
St.
St.
John. And
James. Nah,
yes.
nah. Anyway,
Hmm.
we got to move on. We're going to take a commercial break. And when we come
Good.
back, we're going to talk about these two North Shore districts who we think is going to win the district. And then we'll tell you about some of the scrimmages that's happening this week right here on the Hash It Out Show.
Are you in need of a new windshield? Leo Autoglass can help. For 20 years, Leo Autoglass have been servicing the New Orleans area with windshield replacement and auto glass repair.
Give them a call today, 504 301 8353.
Hey y'all, this is Jen Hale from Fox Sports. You're watching the Hash It Out Show with JB the Sports Guy, VK Jones, and George Peppis.
Did you experience storm damage from Hurricane Francine? Barretto Home Solutions can help. You can give them a call at 504 940 7552.
Green Law Firm is a full-service law firm specializing in personal injury, criminal law, successions, and family law. With over 25 years of experience, the Green Law Firm continues to provide efficient, competitive, and effective representation to clients throughout the state of Louisiana and all across the nation. Consultations are free. If you're looking for results, call the Green Law Firm at 504-328-3990. That's 504-328-3990, located at 931 Westwood Drive, Suite B in Marrero, Louisiana. The Green Law Firm.
And welcome back to the Hash It Out Show. We're going to go to the North Shore. There are two districts on the North Shore, and we're going to start with the one that they call the Slidell District with Chalmette. That's what it's called, the Slidell District with Chalmette. All right. And guess what? It was Chalmette's first year in that new district. And VK, who won that district?
The Chalmette Owls.
Chalmette Owls. And Chalmette went on to the quarterfinals by defeating Terrebonne and then Hornville. And then they went to play Neville and lost to Neville. So they had a great year, one of the best teams ever in Chalmette history. But, you know, they're in the district with North Shore, Fontainebleau, Slidell, and Salmon. And I'm going to sit and say that all of these teams will be better this year, much better. I think the district will be more competitive this year. But before I pick who wins, I got to go to VK Jones and George. So, VK, what's your thoughts on District 75A?
Well, we know that we look at all the districts here, this North Shore district that, this is how big the North Shore is. They had to split into two districts, one than anything else, and they had it one. But regardless of the fact, I think a lot of these teams are going to be better this year. I'm curious to see what Slidell does with their second-year head coach. They're seeing if everything is starting to align more than anything else. If things are a little better, because it was a rough go in year one. But let's see what happens in year two. Hopefully, a lot of improvement with Slidell. Salmon, Salmon. I expect them. Coach, I think his name Coach Shoot. I think his name is Shoti or see. Let me get I'm gonna get the name right because we had Salmon a couple of years ago.
Keep talking about the teams, and then once George goes, you can look it up.
Yes. Shooter, Eric Shooter, Salmon, and Salmon was young last year, so Salmon is expected to be much better with a lot of experience back this year. You look at North Shore, who's also part of that district. North Shore and Coach Bobby Sanders and his team.
What's up, Coach Antoine?
And we're looking.
What's up, Miss Tierney? Sorry, VK. What's up, Miss Tierney? What's up, Lagrange? What's happening? Hey, what's happening? Lake Charles in the house. Lagrange Gators, baby. What's happening? Go ahead, VK.
Cool. This is good. We get more and more audiences every show. You look at North Shore, Coach Sanders and his team, and they're looking to have some better days this year. I think they're going to be a better team this year. And also,
Big Eiffel, I see you.
Who else who we got?
Fontainebleau.
Fontainebleau. Thank you. The Fontainebleau Bulldogs. They're looking to try to make. They made a lot of progress last year. Very competitive in a lot of these games last season, and they're looking to try to do a little more this year. So I wouldn't be surprised Fontainebleau will be right there in the fold, in the thick of things. And you can't forget about the defending district champs, who's returning multiple starters and maybe one of the deepest Chalmette teams we have seen in a long time. That's what we've been hearing a lot, especially a couple of the coaches, especially from people I know at Chalmette, that you thought last year's team, he said last year's team was really good, but it's comparing to what they got returning and what they have coming in. That this Chalmette team is going to be really, really deep. It might make a lot of noise this year. So this district is going to be interesting, but we know that the Owls of Chalmette will be the team to beat.
So that's who you picking, the Chalmette Owls?
We'll see
He was
when
just previewing. He didn't
Hey
pick
man,
them.
I thought he was just going through the teams, and he said Chalmette the team to beat. So it sounded like it, but
I mean,
I
they
mean
are.
they
he said so he
just
didn't
say,
pick him, y'all. He didn't pick him.
didn't pick them. Just saying because of the fact of we know that the district is improved a lot. It's going to be much better this year than last year.
Mhm.
But the thing is, it'd be different if Chalmette lost a lot of people. But when you got people back and a lot more talent added, that's something you can't
What's up,
sleep on it.
Silas?
Can't sleep on that at all.
Go ahead, George.
The best thing that could have happened for this district, for Chalmette, was to get out of the West Bank and go to that North Shore district. It's an easier travel. Instead of having to, come from Chalmette all the way to the West Bank to play Everett, West Jeff, and Higgins and all that. Well, not Higgins, but teams like that. It's an easier travel, and it was a friendly district for them on the West Bank because they did handle business there. But now they're in a much more comfortable district travel wise. They're the favorites, and they went to the quarters last year. Gave them a little bit of a tussle in that game, and then it got away from them in the second. I think late in the second quarter they were kind of hanging around, and it got away, and Neville checked out. But there's no disgrace in losing to that team. That's one of the better teams in the state that we're going to hear about all year long. Neville this year. Chalmette is a deeper team this year, a better team. They figure to be the favorite. But let's talk about the other teams. The team that I'm really looking at hard is North Shore. A couple of years ago, they went to the state playoffs, got to the second round, and
Beat
got
West
beat.
Monroe in the first round.
Right, they beat West Monroe in round one, and
Yeah,
then they hosted round two, a game we did
against Walker.
for the hash out show game of the week, and that was me and VK. I think Jared, were you with us that night? It was just me and VK. I think it was
Yeah,
just
y'all too. It's y'all too.
It was us two, and that atmosphere was a bad day, climate wise, but the atmosphere was still great. And they ran into a little bit of turbulence last year. I think Bobby Sanders and that team could have a very good bounce back this year with North Shore. I think that's a team I'm going to very much pay attention to. Fontainebleau, they've had it rough here over the last couple of years. I think they're a team that's trying to find an identity, and they're going to have to get some early momentum and try to keep it to have a chance to be successful. Slidell, what could go wrong went wrong for them last year. Everything that could go wrong for that group. And I think they're better than what happened last year. I think they're a team that's got a chance to bounce back. And Selman, I think that's the other interesting team in this division, in this district. And I think they're a team that has teased at some big things. They've made some playoff appearances, made a couple of decent runs. They're a team that is going to have to get after it early to get some early momentum and try to carry that over. I think their talent pool is still existent there, and I think they're a team that's going to be heard from in this district. There's really, I don't want to say walkover because that's really just staining it, but I think this district as a whole is competitive as can be.
All right. I'm gonna go first. I'm picking the Chalmette Owls. I think Chalmette gets it done once again as the district champions, and I think this will be their fourth district championship in a row. I think so.
Second here,
Second, this one, yeah. And the last two
right?
when they was in the West Bank,
I don't want to talk
um,
about that one. It hurts my
not the
soul.
West Bank, the Jefferson Parish district.
Right.
VK, who you got?
I have to agree with you. The Chalmette Owls winning. If they do what they do this year, they'll have two teams in this Southeast Louisiana area will have a chance at four straight district championships. You know what I'm saying? One is Edna Carr, and the other could be the Chalmette Owls. And I think the Chalmette Owls is going to get it done. It's going to be a better district, and they're going to have to earn it.
That's
But
the
I
only
think
two teams, huh?
There's
you know
more.
another team. I think there's other teams that's going for four straight.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I think St. James might be
Shaw.
going for the third straight or fourth. I don't know,
Shaw.
but
Definitely not St.
Shaw,
James because they lost to Edie White.
they
So it
did.
ain't St. James. It's definitely Shaw. Shaw going for their fourth district title
In a row.
in a row. Yes.
Georgia, what you riding
No,
on?
Oh, there he
what's
go.
facts?
Yeah, I know
Spitting
those
facts.
facts. I get it. I get it. I get
What's
it.
up, Coach Valdez?
The way your
We're gonna
tone
see you
was,
tomorrow, Coach
No,
Valdez.
no,
We're gonna see you
no.
tomorrow.
There's no tone.
I get it. It's facts.
There's no
But
tone.
thank you for telling me that,
Yeah, you
Gary.
good,
Oh, we're
brother.
trying to help you
Yeah,
out, sir.
got you. But I think Chalmette
Mhm.
has. I think Chalmette will win the district in a better district this year. They're going to earn it, but Chalmette Owls will win the district.
GP, who you got?
They might lose opening week, Chalmette. I mean, they do play John Aaron. I gotta rep my alma mater, man. I gotta throw that in there. But when you look at the composition of the district, as mentioned, we think the teams behind them are going to be better. Um, I don't think it's Cakewalk City. I do think Chalmette wins it. Jason Tucker, you have been the model of
The ball.
consistency of that program, and I'm proud of what that program has become under your stewardship, under your leadership. That is a that is a great program that has a chance to do some great things outside of district when we get to the playoffs. And of course, it's all about the seed, right? Where you're seated and who you draw. Chalmette's got a chance to do some very special things here. Do I think they get to the dome? That's a really tough ask, but they're going to win this district. But there's the teams in this district are improved. They'll make Chalmette earn it. But the Owls, at the end of the day, just I think they're superior to everybody else, and they will win their fourth consecutive district, second here in a row.
Okay. Now let's just, you know, go down I-12 a little bit to the other district, District 6 5A.
Mhm.
And, last year we heard a lot about Nate Shepard, who's at he's at Duke, right? Yeah, Duke. He's at Duke. He's
Mhm.
at oh yeah, he gets to come back home too. All right. So Nate Shepard, we heard a lot about him. Mandeville was rolling, but I don't think Mandeville won the district championship because Nate Shepard broke his leg in one of those games. I think St. Paul's still won that district, I believe, right, VK?
Yeah, St. Paul's wound up still winning that district, but Mandeville, they made it all the way to what, the quarters or the semis, one of the two,
I
regardless of
think it
the
was the semis the year before, not last
Yeah,
year.
they got to the
that's
semifinals 2 years ago. Not last year. I think they got knocked
quarter.
off. I
It
think
was
quarters.
it was second or quarter they got knocked off, one of the two.
Yeah.
Quarter.
All
Yeah.
right. So we know Mandeville, they lost Nate Shepard, so that's some big shoes they got to fill. St. Paul's always a well-disciplined team, always plays well, and usually always in the running for the district championship. You got Ponchatoula that's improving. You got a Hammond team that's improving, and Covington looking to make a bounce back this season. All right, VK, what's your thoughts?
Well, when you look at all these teams we're talking about, Greg Salter entering another year at his alma mater, and Covington is going to be very talented once again. And they're looking to try, and I think they're a contender to win that district. They're a contender more than anything else, and they do have a shot to have a chance to win the district more than anything. Mandeville, I think Mandeville is going to lean big time on their defense this year. They return a lot on the defensive side of the ball, and I think it's going to really carry the way for the skippers until the offense really comes around. But who knows if the offense comes together from jump? Well, Mandeville could be a dangerous ball club.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Hammond. Hammond returns a lot of players.
Yep.
Hammond returns a lot. Coach Buckles looking, and I wouldn't be surprised. Hammond might make a push this year. Hammond did make the postseason last year. So they're looking to try to make a bigger push and have a chance in the district. If they don't win it, maybe a second or third place finish this year for Hammond. They're looking to try to make a big push. They've been really building and building. Very talented team, and Coach Buckles has really done a good job rebuilding that program. And we will have Hammond and Mandeville
Mandeville.
for one of our Hash It Out Show games of the week. Um, Also, you look at St. Paul's, Kenny Sears, very disciplined squad, very disciplined in itself and everything. Kenny Sears, the biggest thing for St. Paul's is not just the district, but for them to get over the hump and try to get to the dome. That's just been the only thing with the St. Paul's program. But they're always right there in the fold for the chance to win the district. And any teams I don't think I forgot anybody, right? Let's see.
Ponchatoula.
Ponchatoula. Thank you. Ponchatoula Wave, Green Wave could be a good team. They could be a good team. They was very competitive last season. They might make a nice little push this year. We'll see what they can do. And I think this district is very, very tough. So, we'll see from there.
George.
Yes, sir. District 75A, a very wide open district. I feel like this is one of the wide open districts too. Um, I do think so because I think some of the teams that were struggling last year have a big chance to bounce back. I think let's start with the Lions of Covington and Greg Salter. They had a little bit of a good start last year, but then injuries really just ravaged them uh, during the season. And then, again, numbers are numbers and depth is depth. And when it's not the quality that it needed to be, you're going to struggle. And I think they ran into that last year. And it was a tough run, but they're looking to bounce back this year, and they've got a chance to under the leadership of Coach Salter. Um, who am I missing? Mandeville, no Nate Shepard, and you saw what they were without him last year. They weren't very good offensively without him. There was really no identity without him
They
last
they
year.
they were. They were.
Yeah.
They
But
were. The
he's
running
just
back that
such.
stepped in, he was good. He
He
had
was
some. He,
solid.
he was good. Now
He was
it
solid.
ain't
Yeah.
to the level of what Nate Shepard was, but it
No,
was still good.
it went down a few decibels with him without Nate. I mean, they were still competent, but they
It went
weren't
it
like.
went down some noise volume. Is how you say it?
Yeah, it did. Didn't scare anybody. Because they
Lord,
didn't know him. I think Mandeville's a team that's going to be solid. St. Paul's is another team that VK talks about. They're getting over the hump. He's right. I mean, that's a team that has teased at some very big things. The Stairmaster, yes, indeed. Tell you what, you got a hell of a workout going there. But St. Paul's is a team that I think's got a chance to do some things this year too. All right, who didn't I mention? Covington, Mandeville, St. Paul's. Who else? I'm missing two.
I got you. You got Ponchatoula and Hammond.
Ponchatoula a few years ago was in the state championship game with Hank Tierney. Remember 2021? They got to the state title game and Zachary handled them that day. They're trying to revisit those days and they're trying to reestablish an identity there. I think they're a team that has a chance to move forward. Hammond, Hammond, boy, oh boy. That's a team that I'm excited to see. I think this is a team that has a chance to take a quantum leap and really disrupt the pattern of St. Paul's Mandeville. This is a team that could be the one to disrupt the flow of those two and say, you know what? Y'all two think y'all run this? Hold the water. We got something for you. They might be that team this year. They've got a good offense. Defensively, they've got to improve. But if they do that, we might be talking about the Tornado as the District 75658 champion.
Okay, VK, who you got? Who's
Or the
winning?
Tours, I think.
No, you got it. It's the tornado, but they call it show up tours. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you.
the district it's gonna be tight this year. It's gonna be really, really tight this year.
Mhm.
And St. Paul's, some way, somehow, is
He's thinking.
always there. But I'm gonna be bold because this is gonna be a wild, wild, wild rest type of race this year, and it could come down to the last 3 weeks of the season. I'm gonna go with the Covington Lions winning the district.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Covington Lions because they're returning a lot of players, a lot of experience, and I think Covington has a couple of big games at home this year. So I think Covington has a great chance in a tight, tight race. This is how tight that district is going to be. And, I would pick St. Paul's, but I'm thinking in my mind that Covington has been chipping and chipping and chipping. But this might be their time. I'm going with the Covington Lions because of how wide open this district is.
George Peppers, who you got?
They got to stay healthy, VK. That's a key for me for Covington. I think you're onto something, but they've got to stay healthy. And it's going to test them. If they can do that, you're right. That's a prime spot for them to bounce back. But really, for a second, when you said you were going to be bold, you were going to take my pick to win this district, and that's Hammond. I'm going to go with the Tours. I am sold. I think this is a team that has teased at it. They made some strides last year, got some wins, got some good wins. I think they're a team that's ready to bust through the glass ceiling and steal this district thunder from St. Paul's and Mandeville. Look, the safe picks are either one of those two, right? I mean, because they've done it. They've done it enough, correct? I think we can agree to that. But when you mentioned being bold, I really thought VK was going ham, and I was like, damn, but it's fine. There's your bold salvo. I think the theme, though, is that this district is so wide open. I think any of a couple of teams can win it. Covington is in there. Hammond, I'm picking St. Paul's, Vanderbilt, and it's just a wide open district. It's gonna be a fun race to watch for sure. And we have Hammond and Mandeville. I think
Yes.
that is at Hammond, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's one of our games of the week. So we get to see the Taurus up close. So it's a wide open race, Jared. And let's see if you're going to go bold or you're going to safe play. I'm waiting to hear your selection, sir.
I believe he's gonna go safe.
Ha, ha. I'm going smartness. Using my
Safe
Oh,
and
so we
brain on
dumb.
y'all.
I got you.
Safe
No,
and
ain't no
smart.
dumbness. Using my brain on y'all.
Safe and smart.
He's going. I don't know who did he pick again?
Covington.
Covington
Covington.
Lions. You got the
Hammond.
Hammond Tours. St. Paul's repeats as district champs. In order to beat a champ, you gotta beat the champs.
Okay, Ric
Let's see
Flair.
if
I hear
the
you.
guys y'all do, the guys y'all pick. Let's see if it happens. I got St. Paul's going back. I'm just shocked that there wasn't a Mandeville pick. I'm really shocked about that. There
I
wasn't
think they're
one
good.
Mandeville pick.
I think Mandeville's gonna be still a good team. They're gonna be right there in the fold, right there in the thick of things.
Agree.
We're not down them. We're not down them at all.
Not at
I
all.
think Coach Craig Jones has a good team. They're gonna be right there in the race.
All right,
But
one of one, Ja. Sayor, what's happening, man? What's happening, Sayor? I see you. One on one, Ja say, do District 938. We did that last week, as a matter of fact. One on one, Ja. We did District 938 last week. And I picked Haynes. VK, I think he picked Patrick Taylor. Is that correct?
yes.
And George, I think you picked Patrick Taylor as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's who we picked.
I can't disappoint the fan base.
Oh Lord. So that's who we
I
picked
mean,
one-on-one Ja. Now, like I always tell people one-on-one Ja, don't get mad at us for just picking who we think is gonna win district. Go out there and do what y'all have to do to win it, which y'all can. Go out there and do what y'all have to do. All right.
Who he plays for?
One-on-one job plays for Jefferson Rise. And
Hmm.
I was talking with him earlier today.
Okay.
When I was out there with Jefferson Rise. So go out there and do what y'all have to do, one-on-one job. But I say this about Jefferson Rise. They're gonna be a much better team than they were last year. Josh Wilkins is a quarterback, and I saw him play last year, and Josh Wilkins is a pretty good quarterback. And I don't know why it didn't hit me, but I taught Josh Wilkins Taekwondo. So many players out there at all these schools that I taught Taekwondo to, man. Yes, taking my credit. Yes, thank you.
It's your credit, dude. You
yes,
deserve it.
taking my credit. Yes,
You're 30 years in the game,
thank
so
you.
you deserve that.
Yes. So I taught Josh Wilkins Taekwondo. I didn't even recognize him. He came and told me, and I'm looking at him, and I got in my car, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember him now. Yes, and all that. So, but I got a good little bunch over there. That will be episode 13, which I'll have up Thursday or Friday. I got to put up episode 12 first. But yes, Jefferson Rise I was out there with them and Coach Chris Current. So 101 Ja, go out there, show the world what y'all made of, baby. And like I always say, if y'all win district, you have permission to call us out. Don't cuss us out, just call us out. And we're gonna repost all that good stuff. Because look, we're not always right. We're gonna be wrong on some of our picks. Okay. So
here's the thing I'm gonna say right quick.
What you want to say, man?
I'm gonna say this. He is kind of smart with the St. Paul's pick. I'm gonna say that because I'm looking at the schedule. St. Paul's basically got a similar schedule as freaking Denham Springs a couple years ago. Remember, Denham Springs only had 3 road games and they had 7 home games?
Yeah.
That's what St. Paul's had. They only have 3 road games. They're at Live Oak to open the season. They're on the road at Ponchatoula and on the road at North Shore. They're home
for the rest of them, right?
They're at home against, look at this, Live Oak to open the season. They're at home for 5 straight games. Brother Martin, De La Salle, Kennedy. University Lab comes to town.
That's a tough schedule there, boy.
Hammond. They host Hammond this year. They host Mandeville and they host Covington.
All right. 101 Ja. You know what he says? He says they're winning district. I love it. I love it. I love his attitude.
I like the bravado, man. I like that. I absolutely love it.
He's hungry, bro.
What you mean, Jordan? Who's getting clipped first this year? Y'all or us? What you mean getting clipped? I'm trying to think of what you're talking about. Explain it to me. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna tell you about some scrimmages that's happening, y'all. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm gonna go through the whole list. All right. So if y'all don't know where to go to, I'm gonna tell y'all where to go, or you can choose where to go. So Wednesday, and all these scrimmages start at 5:30. Might be a couple that start at 6, but 5:30 is y'all time to get there, right? Or before. Wednesday, August 17th, Archbishop Hannon at North Shore. Booker T. Washington at South Plaquemines. John Curtis at St. Paul's. Higgins versus Livingston at Joe Brown. McDonough 35 versus John Everett at Horst Mimsaw. Ponchatoula versus Rummel at Joe Yenny. Riverdale at Salmon. Brother Martin at Covington. And St. Augustine at Destrehan. That's all on Wednesday. Thursday, August 18th, Jefferson Rise, Newman, and East Jefferson, 5 o'clock at Joe Yenny. And that is good competition for Jefferson Rise, ladies and gentlemen. That is, for real. Bogalusa at Chalmette. Holy Cross at Hornville. Bell Chase at Pearl River. H.L. Bourgeois versus Kennedy at Pan American. Jules Sumner, Varnado, and St. Thomas Aquinas at St. Thomas Aquinas. Carr at East St. John. Pine at Laranja. St. Charles Catholic at University. St. James at Emete. Terrebonne at Vanderbilt Catholic. Thibodeau at South Terrebonne. West St. John, De La Salle, and Lutcher at Lutcher. And one that's missing off of this list is Shaw at St. Amand. We go to Friday. Jesuit at Mandeville. Freshman at 5. JV at 6. Varsity at 7. Carver, West Jeff. Horst Mimsaw Stadium at 5:30. Haynes versus McMain. Joe Yenny. Morris Jefferson at St. Martin's for 6. Kennedy Discovery at Patterson, 6:30. Riverside versus Ellender at South Terrebonne Stadium. Albany at Pope John Paul II. And Scotlandville versus Warren Easton at Pan American for 7. So there you have it. All right, under the lights. This is what you're talking about. When we say something or pick a game wrong and they clip us to shove it in our face, you know it happens as soon as week 1. Yeah?
Oh,
yeah?
no doubt.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Definitely. So it's all good though. No issues with that. So guys, that is it for our show. We got scrimmages rest of the week. So go to a scrimmage, have a great time, act right, don't get in no trouble because we want y'all to come back on our show. Okay, we want y'all back with us. All right, we come back next Tuesday and next Wednesday. But we're going to some scrimmages Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're gonna be out there. We'll be somewhere. Last words, George Peppers.
Again, piggybacking off what you said, when you get to your scrimmages, whichever one you may be at, get your act right on. Let's not have any nonsense or foolishness that permeates and behavioral problems. Let's not do that. Let's go. Let's welcome football back the right way. Let's enjoy what we got this week because it's the table setter. That's the first of two table setters. We got a scrimmage this week, jamborees next week, and then it's the real thing. And of course, it's week 0 of college football. Final week of preseason football in the NFL. Saints play Saturday against Sean Payton and the Broncos. That is in a dome. Uh, Thankfully, the preseason will be done by this weekend. College football, I mentioned earlier K State, Iowa State's game. I got to work Saturday. But uh, I'm looking at the comment from Austin Tyler. Yeah, that's not what made our decision, though. I just think that game's going to be a really good
Come
game.
on,
I think
Austin.
the favorite,
Come on,
you
Austin.
know,
Come on, West St. John. Come on, we there.
yeah,
Come
come
on,
on.
come on.
Yeah,
Probably the biggest railroad classic maybe ever.
it
Come
might
on,
be. It
bye.
might be.
Please come.
But, it's going to be a great weekend. And next week, we'll be on top of jamborees. I think we got a few more district previews to go. Or are we going to pick state champions next week, Jared? Or are we doing it the week before week 1?
I plan on
What are we
doing it
doing
week 1. I plan on picking the state
before
champions
week 1?
week 1 week
Before
that
week 1.
Wednesday, the
Hmm.
Wednesday of. I plan on picking it then.
Wednesday of. Okay, that works. And then next week, we got more previews. And we are just so happy that football is back. And we are so happy to dig in, get the engine started, ready to take off on this 2025 journey that's going to culminate at the Caesars Superdome December 11th, 12th, and 13th, which is always a great party. But that's in December. We get to start this thing in a couple of weeks' time in week 1. And it's going to be fun sailing with you two. It's going to be some great talks and great broadcasts. And of course, the off the air stuff that we banter about, that's always fun. The back and forths, it's always fun. It's never any insults or any intent, but it's always fun stuff. And looking forward to that, and everything else. And what you do this weekend, please be safe, act right, do right, because we want to see you here next Tuesday and Wednesday and every day forward that we do our show and games.
Wait, hold on. Wait, time out. You going to Car Heritage? You're not going to alma mater? I
Wow.
mean, what? What if your alma mater loses?
They
You
might.
know what? Take that back, Troy. Go ahead, go to Car in American Heritage, because the last 2 times I saw you at a St. James game,
They lost.
there you go, there you go,
Mm.
there you go. They
They
lost.
lost to Shaw, I think, right?
No, I'm not even talking about the Shaw game last year. I'm talking about the state
Okay.
championship games. The
Oh,
state
yeah.
championship games. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Maybe
I got you.
he's the bad luck. Maybe you the
Might be
bad
that
luck,
Greek
Troy.
bad Greek green, right? Might be that bad Greek green. VK, it's all yours, man.
Go ahead, VK. Messing with my man Troy. I'm messing with him, man, and messing with him. But I
So
know when they lost last year, you couldn't find Troy nowhere. And that ain't.
wow.
Yeah, I read what you said, man. I read that you got confidence y'all gonna win. Yes, I read what you said, but I'm just joking with you, man. I'm just joking with you, Troy. Trust me, it's all good. Troy was so mad, boy. He was gone. He was next to Jordan and them. He was next to them that whole time, standing right with them. And
Wow.
then when that game ended,
He disappeared.
he was gone, man. He was just upset. He was upset.
Hmm.
Are we gonna make the announcement next week on the games of the week as
That's the
well?
plan. Have it next week. Me making this whole video for it. Yes, that is the plan. To have it next week. Have our games posted next week. And we still ain't got them all yet. There's like 3 more we have to fill out. And that week
Lock 'em in.
one, boys, is just something else. But we're going to have them all filled out. Trust me on that. So we got like 3 games left to fill out. We're right there. Go ahead, VK.
I got wait before you go, BK. One more thing, and I know you probably can harp on it. Be at Thibodeau Saturday and enjoy this atmosphere for Nicholls and Incarnate. Please be there and show out. Let's show the America why Louisiana is not just about LSU Tulane. Let's show them that Nicholls gets on this map too.
Well, this was a good show tonight. Great show tonight. We'd like to thank the head coach of Nicholls, Tommy Rybacki, to join us tonight and everything. It was a privilege. And also, big shout out to Jonathan Terrell, the athletic director at Nicholls State. He said he actually sent me a text. He said, "Great job tonight. He appreciates the promotion that we have for Nicholls." So, looking forward to seeing him on Saturday for the Nicholls and Incarnate Word game. It's going to be unbelievable. Get there early. Get there about 10, dude. 9:30, 10 for this good tailgate, good food, good everything, good atmosphere before kickoff at 12 noon. You know what I'm saying? But everybody, have a safe weekend. Go and support your teams. Go and support all your high school teams this week. Let's have a great scrimmage week and then support and everything, and we get ready for high school week 0. That's next week with the Jamborees. And then we get ready for the regular season. 15 weeks of fun.
Oh, yeah, baby. It is around the corner. Not Jamboree. Scrimmages start tomorrow. Woo! Let's get it popping. Let's get it. We out of here. Go tell someone about the Hash It Out Show. Tell your great uncles, your great aunties, your great grandparents, your grandparents, your mom and your daddy, your brothers, your sisters, your aunties, your uncles, your nieces, your nephews, and all your friends. Tell them all, and your cousins, if I didn't say that. Tell them all right here to come join us next Tuesday and next Wednesday right here on the Hash It Out Show. For VK Jones and George Peppers, I am JB, the sports guy. We're going to see y'all. Oh, if we don't see y'all for those scrimmages, we'll see y'all right here next Tuesday and Wednesday right here on the Hash It Out Show. Y'all take care.
At Bayou AV Security, we are your one-stop shop for all your needs, whether it's enhancing your home entertainment system, securing your property, ensuring a seamless internet connection, or illuminating your outdoor spaces. We've got you covered. Bayou AV Security, where technology meets reliability. Call us today to experience the Bayou difference.
JFK Martial Arts offers a wide variety of martial arts programs for kids, teens, and adults as they empower lives through martial arts. Please give them a call at 985-266-0664 and don't forget to ask about their 1-week free special. Feeling drained from the constant noise in your daily life? Immerse yourself in pure audio bliss with drums. Experience a world of crystal clear sound, free from distractions. Discover the ultimate relaxation and escape into an oasis of serenity. Grab yours today. drumsworld.com.
If you're looking for the best pizza in Metro New Orleans, then you're in the right place. Moe's Pizza has a great selection of Italian food that can satisfy your appetite, and they can also cater to your needs in any event. Give them a call at 504-341-9650 or log on to www.moespizzanola.com, located at 1112 Avenue H in West Wego, Louisiana. Moe's Pizza, Italians do it better.
I'm Jacob Shepherd, and you're watching the Hash It Out Show. I'm Ian Edmond, and you're watching the Hash It Out Show.
Hi, I'm Erica Randolph, head coach of the Hahnville Tigers boys basketball team, and you are watching the Hash It Out Show.